Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Reactor, and this is Quinn, and today's article comes from FoxNews.com and says, Texas judge releases juvenile defendants after losing election. So,
All right.
sounds like an act of defiance against his loss, or that's what the title implies, at least.
Or just to be remembered as like one last thing that the person's doing when they leave their office.
Yeah. I'm sure he has a lot of grateful people right
Possible
now.
running, like maybe he's running for some other office in the future. He wants to leave on a high note, have everyone, think he's the, good guy.
Hours after losing his bid for re-election, a Harris County, Texas judge released almost all the youthful defendants who appeared in front of him, apparently saying it was what voters wanted. So, I guess maybe his opponent ran on the premise of releasing people, or that he was too hard on people. So, yeah, I guess it's an act of defiance.
It's not always a good idea to release just everybody, everybody who's come in front of you to appear in court. I don't think that's
I mean, really, you should release everyone.
There's violent people that maybe need a little more time out than some other people,
Hours after losing his bid for re-election, Harris County saying what was wanted. Juvenile court judge Glenn Devlin asked the 7 kids in his courtroom if they planned to kill someone before releasing them. Okay. And they said yes. So
surprisingly, they all said no.
He was releasing everybody, said public defender Stephen Halpert, who watched the string of surprising releases. Apparently, he was saying that's what the voters wanted. All right. If I release you, are you going to go out and kill anybody? Halpert quoted Devlin as saying to his client and others.
I feel like people, though, are more willing to give kids a second chance when they're young because...
Well, that's what I mean. It's like he was releasing kids.
All the kids out there, people want to give you a second chance, because you're kids.
Giving people second chances isn't a bad thing,
No.
Because usually when they commit crimes and they have to go to court, they learn their lesson already,
Right.
Like, oh, man, this is hell.
You don't... These people don't have to be forgiven, but they can be given a second chance.
Mm-hmm. Threatening people with prison is also just as beneficial,
Right.
As long as they understand all that. After responding, they wouldn't. Devlin said, "Okay, you're released." Halpert said. Devlin and the county's other 2 juvenile judges, all Republicans, were ousted from their seats in favor of Democrats on Tuesday by at least 10-point spreads. In all, Democrats swept 59 local Texas courts. The American Civil Liberties Union is calling for an investigation into his actions. What? So, civil liberties, they're mad that he released people?
I mean, he's losing the state probably a decent amount of money by that action.
Yeah, because they can't imprison kids.
No forced labor or anything. Don't they have them making, the kids make, license plates and arts and crafts for the
I think they
jail?
just make arts and crafts for their parents.
Oh, okay.
Prosecutors voiced their concerns over releasing offenders accused of everything from low-level misdemeanors to violent crimes. 4 were facing aggravated robbery charges. Wow. But still, I think they're not going to... I think they learned their lesson, And if they didn't...
Most kids would probably learn their lesson after, 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And be
what's wrong with a second chance?
I need to go play Xbox and eat Cheetos.
Although aggravated robbery is pretty crazy to do.
Right.
But still, I think
It's
they could have learned... If they were going to learn their lesson in prison, they learned it already. They just don't have to deal with the actual
Or
hell.
perhaps they've become even better criminals.
Yeah, but I guarantee they know how lucky they were. They're not going to be like, we can rob people and get away with it now. That's not the case. This is a non-issue, and I think it's insane that they're so pissed off that people got a second chance. Judge Devlin appears to be abdicating the basic responsibility of any sitting juvenile judge, said Elizabeth Henneke of the Lone Star Justice Alliance, a group that works to get young people out of the justice system and into treatment programs.
See, that's smart.
No, but why is she upset about it?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
We try to get young people better opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, she wants to get kids into treatment programs.
Oh, and if you don't put them in jail, she has no job. If they're not convicted, she loses money. Right?
I mean...
just like the prison system saying,
yeah.
How dare you not charge people with nonviolent crimes and put them in our prison? A Chronicle investigation found that Devlin and another judge were responsible for more than 1/5 of children sent to the state's juvenile prisons last year. Yeah, see? So that's why people voted against him or something, and he's saying, all right, fine, I'm going to let him go. And now they're all freaking out again. No matter what this guy does, they're going to freak out. He has released kids facing serious charges before, but as long as they have behaved in detention and will have sufficient supervision while free, Halpert said. Yeah, so he sounds like he sounds like a decent judge, you know? It's not like he was racist and putting everyone away for no reason. He's not one of those that never releases a kid charged with an aggravated robbery, he told the paper, but nobody has seen this before. Alex Bunin, Harris County's chief public defender, was confused by Devlin's sudden leniency. And he was trying to do what he thought people wanted. You know, now he knows they don't want people.
He's trying to make himself look good for the public, and all of his peers are saying, hey, what are you doing? We're losing money here. You know, these kids are all dollar signs that we can use.
And I don't think this is actually like really an act of defiance. He's what do the people want? If they're upset that he's putting kids away, well then
why cater to
he works for them, and he probably knows
and
that.
Needs of your constituents, is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Like, why, when you're on your way out? It's, to me, like I said, it's for some future motive, or maybe he just felt he had a guilty conscience, and there were a few people that he was either told to turn a blind eye to prosecute to you know what I'm saying? Like, over the course of a career, there's going to be times where your peers are going to come to you and say, we need this to happen for this to happen. And then the judge says, well, I don't agree with it, but okay.
I guess.
It happens.
Yeah.
So, this is probably a conscience thing.
I'm not sure that I can wrap my arms around what he's actually doing, he said. It's a huge change, and the only thing that has happened is that he was not elected, so I don't know what to attribute it to other than that. Well, he wasn't elected, and because there was an investigation showing that he was responsible for putting 1/5 of children in the state's juvenile prisons last year. But it's not. They even said he has released kids with aggravated robbery to their parents. He's not like insane.
Let's just look at the power that a person in a seat of a judge position has. A tremendous amount of power and control. So, are they power hungry? Most likely. Are they a control freak? Yes.
I mean, you don't really get power except for judging people.
Power,
but
could it be the only motive here was this person was like, well, this is the last time I have absolute power in this room. I'm going to exercise it completely and 100%.
It's the last time he has it. He probably has months or something.
You're right, maybe. But,
yeah.
It's like, I can do this and make big headlines because I can. And I have the power to do it. So
he didn't do it for the news.
Yeah, probably not.
And it's like, and they're even speculating why he did it, saying that because he wasn't elected, that's why he's letting him go.
It could be part of the reason, but probably not.
But I think even if I were him and they were doing an investigation on me saying, oh, he put all these kids away, I'd be like, oh, okay, that's not what you want?
Yeah, I mean, do you really want that weighing you down through life?
What?
Like, no, just let him out. Whatever.
Well, but at the same time, it seems like you do have to punish the kids, or correct the kids in some way, give them some sort of negative effect from their wrongdoing. It doesn't sound like this guy is that bad.
Yeah, it's like when you watch these like scared straight shows where they're taking like 11, 10-year-old kids, whatever age,
and they lie to them.
I mean, like you see the kids acting hard, some of them for almost the whole episode, but eventually they see what kind of a shitty environment they're stuck in. Mm-hmm. Even if they're not really afraid of the people or the place, they see that this is a shitty world that they don't really want to be in.
Some of them don't care, I guess, right?
Right, but I mean, you really should if you want to. You want to eat good food, you want to be able to read material, you want to play video games, you can do all that. All you have to do is just get a job.
Yeah, you know what? You know how what is it? I want to say like Norway and Sweden, all those countries up above European
mm-hmm.
countries, at Northern European, whatever you want to call them. Mm-hmm. They all have those like really nice prisons where it's like basically an apartment complex.
Yeah,
you have to be back at this time.
Yeah, you wake up whenever you want, and then you're like, "Hey, I'm going to go down and get coffee outside the gate. I'll be right back." And they're like, "Okay."
Not even outside the gate. You're like, you can say, "I'm going to the mall."
As long as you're back soon.
Yeah, and that's a really good way to run prisons. But the problem would be in America, you have probably a lot of homeless people who would be like, "All right, I'll take that."
I think the problem,
which isn't horrible because you're giving them a place to stay, but
the problem in the U.S. if you're letting convicts just come and go as they please, they'll come back with weapons and they'll be like, "Sorry, you can't bring those guns in,"
Yeah, I don't know about that, man. I think if they were treated better, they would probably be better people. You know,
Yeah, no, there's
you put
a-
someone in hell and make them join a gang to survive. You know, like they're not going to be great people when they get out.
Yeah,
You make
there's
them fear rape the entire like for 4 year punishment for having marijuana in their car. You know, that is insane. That is injustice, and
absolutely.
technically it should be I would say it's unconstitutional. It's an unusual punishment.
Mm-hmm.
Fear of rape. But you have anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I think that this is just good, I guess, for these kids.
Yeah, it's
maybe
great.
they use their second chance wisely,
Uh-huh.
and hopefully they wise up and don't do stupid shit.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully, I guess what the people want is someone who puts all the kids in prison.
Yeah, don't put
So-
kids.
Like they're mad at this guy no matter what he does. You know, like I would say he's trying to please the people. Like, all right, this is what you want, even if he's doing it like
To be a future governor.
no,
or
no,
something,
even if he's
right?
doing it to like because he's pissed off at them for voting him out,
Right,
and
right,
you know
right.
because he put all the kids away. It's like, okay, this is what you want. Like, what do you want him to do? You want him to keep being the same as before, even though he obviously realized that nobody likes what he was doing, so he changed his ways. I don't know. That's it for the article. If you enjoyed it, let us know by leaving a comment or a thumbs up. Check out our Patreon link in the description if you want to help us, because that'd be awesome. And thanks for watching.